Row A. And good evening. We welcome you back to the Lakeland Center. The 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals continue. It's day 2 as we move on into Class 4A, our first semifinal of 2 tonight between the Lake Highland Prep Highlanders out of Orlando, a record of 27-3, and the Godby Cougars out of Tallahassee, a record of 28-2. Welcome back courtside to the Lakeland Center. Marty Paulman along with Mike Rideout. We get ready for our third of 4 games today. Earlier today, we crowned state champions in Class 1A. Congratulations to the Chipley Tigers who beat Hawthorne 71-48. And in our 2A game this afternoon, the Orlando Christian Prep Warriors win it again, their 4th state title in 5 years, as they defeated Champagnat Catholic out of Hialeah 48-29. Now we're moving on to 4A. 2 semifinals tonight, Lake Highland Prep and Godby. Coming up later tonight, it will be Fort Lauderdale Pinecrest and Tampa Berkeley Prep. But we have a good one for you this evening as we take a look at the Lake Highland Prep Highlanders lineup, coached by Jeff Turner, former Vanderbilt star, also played in the NBA with the Orlando Magic. Number 1, junior guard B.J. Simpson at 6'1". Number 11, sophomore guard Joel Berry at 6'1". Number 15, 6'2", senior guard Jackson Crummett. Number 25, 6'5", junior forward Landon Stokes. And number 22, 6'8", junior center Denzel Davis. As I mentioned, Lake Highland Prep coached by Jeff Turner in his 7th season with a record of 124-66. On the other side, the Godby Cougars out of Tallahassee, coached by Andrew Colville in his 13th year. He has 302 wins, 93 losses. Number 0, 6-foot senior guard Trey Ford. Number 3, 6'3", senior guard Alex Andrews. Number 23, 6'2", senior forward Jamal Lord. Number 1, 6'5", senior forward Brandon Holyfield. And number 42, 6'5", senior forward Willie Holloway. And Godby in the FHSAA semifinals for the first time since 1998. That year they lost to Daytona Beach Mainland 66-57 in the 5A state championship game, back when Mainland really dominated high school basketball. For Lake Highland Prep, it's been 28 years, 1984, the last time they made it to this round. They lost to Laurel Hill in a Class A semifinal 68-60. Godby on the season, their road to Lakeland. They beat Pensacola Catholic 57-41, Mariana 55-39, and knocked off Rains 45-40 to advance to Lakeland for Lake Highland Prep. They defeated Satellite 86-46, Orlando Jones 72-44, and then won at Williston on Saturday night 75-62 in the regional final. And Mike, also a reminder, if you want DVDs of this game and any game of the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals, go to FHSAAsports.com. It makes a great gift for your family, friends, team members, anyone who you like to remember the memory of these finals. Again, that's FHSAAsports.com. And Mike, starting lineups being announced for both teams, and look like we're going to have a pretty good ball game tonight between these 4A semifinalists. It's been a while for both of them to make it to this level, but both teams have had good seasons.
Well, and it's our only 1 versus 2 matchup all week long. Lake Highland Prep, ranked #1 in the state. They have probably the #1 guard in the state, certainly the #1 sophomore guard in the state, and Joel Berry, a fun guy to watch. Jay Henderson has been out with an injury. That's an awesome backcourt, Berry and Henderson, but not quite sure if Henderson will be ready to go. We'll tell you more about him in just a moment. But they're playing against the #2 team in the state, in Godby, which got by Jacksonville Rains at home on Saturday night. They have the most wins of any of the teams that are here. 30 wins on the season for the Godby Cougars.
Okay, 30-1. I said 28-2, so I don't. Once again, we have a discrepancy, but who knows who to believe in that. But
that's right.
We'll go with what you said. Lake Highland Prep 27-3. Lake Highland Prep will wear the black uniforms with the red letters and numerals, red and white stripes, and white trim. Godby in the white uniforms with the dark blue letters and numerals, dark blue and white stripes, and white trim. And looking at Godby, their Lake Highland Prep, actually, their leading scorer, Joel Berry, averaging 23 points a game. Jay Henderson averaging almost 16 per game. The leading rebounder is Denzel Davis, averaging 8 per game, and their leading assist man is Berry, averaging 3.1 per game, as Godby wins the opening tip for the Cougars. Their leading scorer is Alex Andrews. He's averaging 15.8 a game. Leading rebounder is Brandon Hollyfield at 6.4 per contest, and the leading assist man, Trey Ford, averages 9.7. As there's a steal, and driving in for Lake Highland Prep is Berry. He gets the steal. He's fouled, and early on, Joel Berry's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Berry's gotten a haircut since I last saw him at the Kingdom of the Sun tournament. He's the guy to watch. Number 11, folks. I said earlier in the week that this tournament probably lacks star power. No Austin Rivers, no Brandon Knight. But I'll tell you, this guy right here, Joel Berry, is the next in that line. And then I jinxed him.
Well, he missed the first free throw. It rolled off the rim. He'll get a second one as the foul was on Trey Ford for Godby. And Berry hits the second free throw, and Lake Highland Prep on the board. Berry on the season shoots only 79% line, pardon me. Driving in is Ford. His shot is knocked away, but he's knocked down, and a foul coming up. I believe they got it on Joel Berry. That'll be his first. That tall man on the Lake Highland Prep sideline is Jeff Turner. I remember growing up watching him with the Orlando Magic. Late 80s, early to mid 90s. Played at Vanderbilt. In his 7th year at Lake Highland Prep, he graduated from Brandon High School as Ford hits the free throw. We're tied up 1-1. Andrew Colville on the other side, 47 years old, a graduate of Florida State, as the second free throw is good. He has led Godby to the Sweet 16 in 2010 and 2007. And then was at Rickards before that. They made the Final Four twice when he was at Rickards. As there's a three-point attempt, good this time by Jackson Crummett. And Lake Highland Prep leads at 4-2. Fall-away jumper from the baseline, no good by Alex Andrews. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Lake Highland Prep ball. You mentioned Lake Highland Prep in the Kingdom of the Sun. They lost to Montverde. They're 67-61. But
yeah,
they beat Leesburg.
And I think they played them, Montverde Academy, closer than anybody, including Ely, which lost to him in that championship game of the Kingdom of the Sun.
Free from the corner was short by Denzel Davis, and the rebound to Godby. There comes Andrews driving in, left-handed shot, good.
And Ely ranked #1 in the state in 7A. They're here in the finals as well. So,
and we're tied 4-all with 6:40 to go first quarter as Andrews scores the basket. Now driving in From the baseline is B.J. Simpson into the corner. There's a three, left wing. It's no good this time by Crummett. The rebound goes to Godby. Now they'll push it, will the Cougars. Trey Ford now backs it up near half court. Now Ford dribbles to his left. Denzel Davis will come out. Now cross court to Jamal Lord. Andrews passes it back around to Ford. Now Ford back to Lord. And now again Godby patient down this time. Ford with now 6 minutes to go. First quarter to Andrews. Andrews over to Brandon Holyfield. Now back to Ford. Now Ford inside. Nice pass. The shot blocked underneath. Landon Stokes blocked. Holyfield shot. And here comes Lake Highland Prep. Barry will drive in. His shot up and no good. Tip missed. And the rebound goes to Godby. Lake Highland Prep lost by 6 to Mount Vernon. They beat Leesburg by 20. Leesburg is 6A semifinalist, defending 4A state champion as Andrews hits the basket. He has 4. They have 3 losses this year, does Lake Highland Prep. 1 to Montverde, 1 to First Academy, defending state champ by finalist by 1, and 1 to Orlando Jones by 2. Pass underneath and a lay-in, good for Landon Stokes.
Yeah, this is a good basketball team, and as you mentioned, it's been a long time since they've been to the finals, 1984, but I like their chances to bring home a state championship this week.
Well, we're tied 6-all. Look at the schedule they played this year. Lake Brantley, Orlando Christian Prep just won the 2A state title. They beat by 7. There's a 3, no good. Rebound put back up and in by Brandon Holyfield. They beat West Orange, who was a 8A regional finalist, by 2. Beat Trinity Catholic by 25, who was in the playoffs as well. Beat Forest, who was a 7A regional finalist as well, by 20. They beat Williston by 42 in the meeting during the season, and then beat him again in the regional final last week by 13. Nice pass underneath, and Landon Stokes scores. He has 4. So,
well, in all fairness to Williston, they had heavy hearts. They had a former player that had died in a car crash, a car accident before that game. So, Williston obviously had a pretty good year. We cover them in our area. But still, not to take anything away from Lake Highland.
No, I'm just saying the schedule is the shot missed there. Barry drives in, has it knocked out of bounds, and it will be stays with the Highlanders. But also, they played Olympia, who they beat, an 8A team. First Academy lost 2 by 1. Dr. Phillips, an 8A team, they beat by 2. Bishop Moore, they beat by 35. Oak Ridge, they beat by 20, who's here in the semifinals. And 7A, as it's knocked away, stolen by Lord. Lord missed the shot off the glass, rebounded by Davis. Now here comes Lake Highland Prep. It's Barry driving around as a shot knocked out of bounds. It'll be Lake Highland Prep ball. That'll bring us to our first media timeout. 3:56 to go. First quarter, we're tied 8-all. So very challenging for the Highlanders, but on the other hand, if you look at Godby, they've definitely taken on some quality competition as well. One of their 2 losses was to Chipley, who just won the 1A title this afternoon. And they also lost to Summit Christian, defending 1A champ by 13. So we have a timeout. We're tied 8-all here in the 4A semifinal round.
One more game to go today, Marty. 4 on tap for the day. And we've got the other 4A semifinal coming up next. Berkeley Prep out of Tampa and Pinecrest. No Brandon Knight. How about Calvin Klein?
What, jeans?
He is the guy that's been leading the Panthers this year under David Beckerman in his 19th season. Bobby Reinhardt in his 16th year. We talked about how long it's been since Lake Highland Prep got here. Berkeley Prep hasn't been here since 1967.
Wow, that is something with the program they've had under Bobby Reinhardt in his 18th year. And you mentioned Pinecrest. You see the team is sitting watching. There's David Beckerman, but we got used to seeing him.
By the way, very popular sporting athletic gear named after, or that he founded.
Shoes.
Starter,
that's right. As the shot good from the right corner by Jackson Crummett. He has 5. And Lake Highland Prep up 10-8. That's the next game, Pinecrest against Berkeley Prep. Missed shot that time by Andrews, and the rebound goes to Lake Highland Prep. Crummett will try 3 again. That's an air ball. Barry, though, with a rebound. The putback good for Joel Barry, who has 3.
That's his first field goal of the game, but Barry despite his size at 6'1", can go inside and bang with the big guys underneath.
4-point lead now for Lake Highland Prep, 12-8. Andrews now around to Trey Ford. First quarter of this 4A state semifinal game from the Lakeland Center here on the FHSAA network. Trey Ford driving now over to the right wing. 3-try for Andrews is short. Loose ball on the floor is won by B.J. Simpson. Simpson heads the other way for the Highlanders. Now pass ahead to Crummett, who lost it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Godby. A starter, that's right, David Beckerman's starter, sold it, decided, I'm bored. I want to coach basketball, high school. I got enough money.
I don't think he needs a paycheck.
Yeah, but he loves coaching basketball, and he has had a lot of success here at Pinecrest. Last year they lost in the semifinals to Rickards in overtime. 2 years ago, a finalist, and before that, 2 straight state titles under Brandon Knight. Actually 3. 2, actually, pardon me. Is driving in. The shot no good for Andrews, but he's fouled.
That's going to be a blocking foul on Lake Highland Prep.
And it goes on Michael Saxton, his first. The second team foul. Andrews with 4 points will shoot 2 with 2:48 to go here in the first quarter. Free throw is short for Andrews. Earlier today, it was Chipley winning the 1A state championship. It was a mention over Hawthorne, 71-48. Tomorrow, 10:05 a.m., the 3A state championship game. It'll be Sagemont against Tampa Prep. The 4A championship game tomorrow is at 2:35 p.m. It's the winner of these 2 games tonight. So a quick turnaround. It's funny, for 4A teams, they play tonight and then tomorrow afternoon. But for 3A, they played Tuesday night. They get a day off before they play tomorrow morning. It's kind of the way the new schedule is. Same for 5A. The semifinals are tomorrow night. They won't play the final until Saturday. Long pass into Barry. Barry with a nice dish, missing the layup. That was Stokes. And the rebound ends up with Godby. Now Godby on the run. Trey Ford to the top of the key. Now tries to drive over to the right wing. Pulling up for a 2. Free throw line extended is Lord. It's short. Rebound goes to Saxton. Saxton ahead. And the layup good for Nick Dean, who's in off the bench. And Lake Highland Prep leads it by 5.
And we've kind of seen what Lake Highland Prep likes to do. They like to get up and down the floor. They like to score points in bunches. And, you know, that's something that Andrew Colville talked about, that there's 2 contrasting styles. He said they average a bunch of points, and we don't give up many points. Right now, though, Lake Highland Prep is got the upper hand in that one.
Yeah, turnover by Godby on the one end, so it's Lake Highland Prep ball as Barry runs the point. Barry only a sophomore, averaging 20 points a game. 23 a game, pardon me. Pulling up top of the key, 3 is short that time by Michael Saxton. Rebound to Julius Jones. Then now Trey Ford drives in. Shot is good, and a foul. Nope, offensive foul, pardon me. I thought he called it the basket good, but no, instead, Trey Ford picks up his second foul. Second team foul. First, I thought the referee had signaled the basket good the way he was moving, but he could tell the Lake Highland Prep bench with their reaction was an offensive foul.
You know, we talked about Joel Berry, only a sophomore, but he's already getting looks, Marty, from Duke, Kentucky, and Florida. And by the time he's a senior, he's going to have his choice. He can go anywhere he wants to. He had a career-high 49-point performance earlier this year. He had 37 in the regional win against Williston.
As Stokes tried to get it inside to Dean, he throws it away.
And as a team, Lake Highland Prep averages 70 points a game. On the other hand, the Cougars, I mentioned their defense, they have limited their opponents to 42 points per game. They play that aggressive man defense.
Nice pass underneath, and the shot for Holyfield is blocked, but he's fouled. And Brandon Holyfield's going to shoot 2. Foul on Nick Dean, his first, 13 foul on Lake Highland Prep. You mentioned that defense. You can even look at their playoff scores, these 2 teams. Godby defeated Pensacola Catholic 57-41, Mariana 55-39, and Rains 45-40. Most points they allowed were 39. On the other hand, Lake Highland Prep scored 86, 72, and 75 in their 3 wins in the regional playoffs. And the closest game was 13-point win against Williston on the road in the regional final. As the free throw rolls off, 1 of 2 for Holyfield, who has 3 points, and it's a 4-point Lake Highland Prep lead.
In fact, they have 10 games in a row, Lake Highland Prep.
Ooh, Barry shot rejected by Holyfield. Loose ball on the floor, and the jump ball will keep it with Lake Highland Prep. But wow, Joe Barry driving in, thought he had an empty or easy lane. He got rejected.
At 6'1", going up against 6'5". Big time block there by Holyfield. But getting back to Lake Highland Prep, they've gone 10 games in a row without scoring less than 60 points. The last time they scored less than 60 was in that 57-55 loss to Jones.
Barry has it. I think he stepped out of bounds.
I think he grabbed it on the baseline. Yep.
And he did. It's a turnover as we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter. It'll be Godby ball.
And even though it's been a long time since Godby has been here, Colville was here in 2001 and 2005. He brought Rickards here to the finals.
Yeah,
Raiders
twice.
lost both semifinal games to the eventual state champion those years.
Twice in the Final Four, as Rickards last year, state champs the last 2 years in a row. Not here this year. But now Godby, you mentioned, back for the first time since 98. Jamal Lord will pull up. Baseline jumper from 12, no good. Rebound, put back, hits the side of the rim by Huntley. And another putback this time is good by Jamal Lord. So Lord gets the second chance, puts it in. It's 14-12. Under 30 seconds to go, first quarter. A well-played period in this 4A state semifinal game. Barry will drive, pull up, free throw line jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound was taken by Andrews, but then lost in the backcourt. And now it's going to be over and back at will on Lake Highland Prep as it's picked up by Denzel Davis. So Godby ball, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, and they'll have a chance for the last shot. As Holyfield will inbound. Throws it right in to Huntley. Now to Trey Ford. Now 5 seconds. Lord cross-court pass with 3, with 2. Driving in, losing it, and trying a jumper at the buzzer is Trey Ford from the free throw line.
Did they call a foul? I think they did, Marty.
They did, and Jeff Turner very upset. They called a foul right at the buzzer on Nick Dean, and that's his fourth team foul. So we're going to have 2 free throws for Trey Ford with no time on the clock. 2 of 2 at the line so far. Now 3 for 3 at the line for Ford, and he can tie the game with a free throw. So the first quarter will end with his free throw, and Godby can tie it up. Free throw is short. So Ford hits 1 of 2, and that brings us to the end of a very competitive first quarter in our 4A semifinal. It's Lake Highland Prep 14 and Godby 13. Marty Palmer with Mike Wright out courtside at the Lakeland Center. This 4A semifinal. We'll take a break and come back to the Lakeland Center in just a moment. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, welcome back to Lakeland. As we head to the second quarter, it's 14-13. Lake Highland Prep leading Godby here on the FHSAA network. Hey. All right, welcome back to Lakeland as we start the second quarter. It's 14-13. Lake Highland Prep leading Godby. A very competitive first period in this 4A semifinal game. Marty Palmer, Mike Wright out courtside at the Lakeland Center. It's Godby ball. There's Andrews now to Trey Ford, right wing. Andrews, right corner. He'll try a 3. And it's short. And the rebound goes to Landon Stokes.
Lake Highland Prep with their 12th rebound of this first half. Foul called.
Foul on the floor on Godby. And it will be on Brandon Holyfield his first. That'll be the third team foul on the Cougars of Godby.
Lake Highland Prep shooting 40% from the floor, 6 of 15.
Retry is short for Crummett from the right wing. And the rebound again to Godby.
Now 1 of 6 beyond the arc.
Trey Ford runs the point for the Cougars now to the right wing as Huntley hands it off to Andrews. Now back to Trey Ford. In the first period, you mentioned Lake Highland Prep, 40% shooting, Godby at 29%. Rebounds 11-9 in favor of the Highlanders. 4 turnovers, 5 assists for Lake Highland Prep, 1 assist, 3 turnovers for the Godby Cougars. Leading scorer, 5 points for Jackson Crummett for Lake Highland Prep, 4 points for Landon Stokes for Godby. They were led by Alex Andrews with 5 points. Jamal Lord, now cross-court pass ends up in the hands of Andrews, and it had it taken away, stolen by Barry, and Barry is fouled near the sidelines. Foul is on Alex Andrews, his first, 4th team foul. Both teams now with 4 team fouls. And it'll be Lake Highland Prep ball out of bounds.
Getting back to this Godby defense for a moment, they have surrendered 60 points or more, Marty, only twice this season.
And that was against Chipley, who we saw earlier today win the 1A state title 65-57. They gave up 60 in a win over Lincoln, 68-60.
And look at the postseason. Against Pensacola Catholic, Mariana, and Rains, a combined 110 points. That's 36.6 points per game.
Landon Stokes tips in the missed shot from Simpson. Stokes was 6, and now a 3-point lead for Lake Highland Prep, 39. You're right, the most points they gave up against Mariana in the semifinals, 41-39 and 40 points allowed. And the district tournament have held 42 and 37. So yeah, very impressive defensively. And right now, Lake Highland Prep with a 3-point lead, and then stolen by Crummett. Crummett ahead to Denzel Davis on a route. Davis up and under the defender, lays it in, draws the foul. And I couldn't tell if Davis was falling out of bounds. He just threw it up, kind of running out of room, but he gets the shot and a chance for a 3-point play as the foul on Godby, their 5th team foul, first personal on Jamal Lord.
Good play, though, by Jackson Crummett, who started the break. As he stole the pass, as he stole the ball, he passed it in mid-flight and got it ahead to his teammate, and that's the first basket of the game for Denzel Davis. First foul on Jamal Lord.
So Davis with a chance for a 3-point play is make it a 6-point lead with a free throw, and it's good. So Davis with 3 points, and it's 19-13. Biggest lead of the game for either team, now 6 for Lake Highland Prep. Ford now over to Jalen Richardson, and for Godby. Now back to Trey Ford. For the right wing to Richardson again, now Ford top of the key. Ford will pull out near half court as we approach 5.5 minutes to go second quarter. Andrews now back to Trey Ford. Ford driving, nice dish underneath, and a dunk for Willie Holloway. First basket for Holloway. It's 19-15 now, a 4-point lead for the Highlanders. Barry tries to get it to Crummett in the corner. Now Crummett to the baseline. Back to Joel Barry. Barry will try to open 3 right wing. Ooh, in and out, no good. Good look, but a rebound underneath. Stokes with a putback. He lays it in. 8 points for Landon Stokes.
Landon Stokes, 6'5" junior, attacking the glass with the rebound.
He averages 5.5 points a game. So he already has 8 points. He also averages 7.5 rebounds per game. Driving in and scoring for Godby is Alex Andrews. He has 7. And again, it's a 4-point lead for the Highlanders. Good up and down game, and we thought this would be. Number 1, Lake Highland Prep. Number 2, Godby. That according to SourceHoops.com. 3 left wing is too strong for B.J. Simpson. Rebounded by Holloway, and now here comes Trey Ford the other way. Ford into the left corner. 3 for Jalen Richardson's an air ball. Rebounded by Stokes. Stokes quickly to Simpson. Simpson across half court. Simpson with a pass almost out of bounds. Saved by Davis. Now back to the top of the key. Barry for 3. It's short again. Richardson saved it, and he throws it to Trey Ford. Ford ahead of the pack. He has a 2-on-1 and a foul coming on B.J. Simpson as Jamal Lord had an easy track to the basket. Lord's going to shoot 2. Simpson will pick up his first foul, 15th foul on Lake Highland Prep as we approach 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Free throw is no good. Left side of the rim and off for Jamal Lord. And for Godby, Brandon Holyfield will return, replacing Alex Andrews. We'll also see Trent Henderson in for the Cougars. Second free throw is good, so 1 of 2 for Jamal Lord, and it's a 3-point lead for Lake Highland Prep. Simpson runs the point for the Highlanders. Now to the left wing, back to Crummett, top of the key. Off to Davis. Davis swings it to Barry. He'll try another 3. No good, back of the rim. Crummett trying to get the rebound, saves it into the Godby bench to Barry, but Barry then threw it in the hands of Jalen Richardson. 3-on-1 the other way. Over to Lord, almost traveled. And then stolen right in the hands of Barry. Barry will drive in, up and under, layup good. Joel Barry stepped right in the passing lane, took it away as Trent Henderson threw it right to him. And it's a 5-point lead again, 23-18. And Coach Andrew Colville wants a timeout. Godby takes the first timeout of the game with 3:21 to go here in the second quarter, trailing it by 5.
Also on Colville's staff is assistant coach Chris Daniels, who played for Colville on Rickard's 2001 state tournament team. Alex Andrews leading the way, averaging 15 a game. He's got half of that here in the first half. But what they don't want to do, and playing against a good guard like Joel Barry, you don't want to be lulled into playing their style of basketball. The Highlanders like to run it. It's been kind of an up and down first half. But Godby's kind of hanging right there with him.
A little surprised that Joel Barry really shooting a lot of threes. That's his game, and he hasn't hit one yet. But he is trying to get that up there. He has 5 points. Barry came in averaging 23.1 points a game, 33% three-point shooter, 47% overall from the field, and 79% at the free throw line. He also averages 5.5, or pardon me, from the free throw line, also averages 5.5 rebounds and 3 assists per game. 5 points early for Joel Barry, a sophomore, and it's a 5-point lead for the Highlanders. And late Godby will now throw in. Julius Jones into Ford. Ford across half court, now to the left wing. It's Alex Andrews. Now back out to Ford. Ford swings it to the right to Jones. Back to Trey Ford. Ford now top of the key. Now will dribble with his right hand. Now nice fake. Will pull up 18-footer short. And the rebound ends up with Joel Barry. Barry across half court. Lake Highland Prep shooting 40% in the first half. Godby at 33%. Rebounds fairly even. 16-12 in favor of Lake Highland Prep. 6-3 on the offensive glass. 5 assists, 5 turnovers for the Highlanders. 2 assists, 6 turnovers for the Godby Cougars. Crummett with a long 3 top of the key. It's short. And ball out of bounds will go back to Godby. So Godby inbounds. Trey Ford running the point for the Cougars. Quickly over the timeline to Alex Andrews. Now to Ford. Ford dribbles, now pass to the free throw line. Pulling up and having a shot rejected. Well, Holloway was Denzel Davis. Davis will head the other way. Now back to Crummett. Actually, yes, that is Crummett with a free throw line jumper. No, that's Michael Saxton.
That's Michael Saxton, who got the block on the other end. So Saxton making it happen on both ends of the floor.
Saxton with his first basket, a 7-point lead. Ford driving in. Missed the shot completely. Loose ball. Barry had it on the floor.
He got it while he was on the floor.
He was able to get it to Simpson. Now Lake Highland Prep heads the other way. Simpson driving up and under. Shot blocked out of bounds. It will stay, however, Lake Highland Prep as we have 2:03 to go before the half. Almost took out the cheerleader there. The Godby cheerleaders on the sideline. Lake Highland Prep on the other end of the court. Simpson trying to inbound. We'll throw it deep to Barry. Now under 2 minutes to go here, second quarter. Biggest lead of the game so far for Lake Highland Prep at 7. Barry will pull up, free throw line. Jumper is good. Nice looking jumper for Joel Barry, 7. That's a 9-point lead for the Highlanders, 27-18.
Yeah, good play. We had 6'4" Julius Jones guarding him, able to get the jumper over him.
And Jones inside to Brandon Holyfield, who scores. Holyfield with 5, and it's again 27-20. Barry quickly to the other end of the court. Now Barry to the top of the key, between the leg dribble. Off into the corner. 3-point try left corner for Saxton. No good. Crummett trying to get the rebound. He tipped it out to Barry instead, and Lake Highland Prep will keep it. Another 3 for Barry. Nails it. Top of the key. Barry hits his first 3 of the game. He's got 10 now, and it's a 10-point lead for Lake Highland Prep. 30-20. Ford off to, up and under move by Andrews. Missed the layup, and the rebound to Lake Highland Prep. Barry looks to push. Barry had a pass tipped to the air and stolen. Holyfield to Ford. Ford quickly ahead to Andrews. Andrews at the free throw line. Floater no good. Back of the rim. Rebounded by Crummett. Under a minute to go, second quarter. Barry will run the point this time for Lake Highland Prep.
Good play that last trip down the floor as Brandon Holyfield deflected the pass. It looked like it was going to be an easy layup for Lake Highland Prep.
Now Denzel Davis, that's a 2 top of the key. It's good.
All 5 of his points have come here in the second quarter, and
all of a sudden a 12-point lead. Lake Highland Prep. Godby can hold for the last shot of the first half.
It was a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter.
Ford across half court, being guarded by Saxton. Now with 12 seconds, Ford with 8, with 7. Now Ford dribbles past Crummett into the left wing. Saxton, pardon me. Now 1 second. No time remaining. The shot no good. The floater would have counted for Trey Ford, but the shot's no good off the back of the rim, and Andrew Colville is upset right in the face of Julius Jones and the rest of his team as we come to the end of the first half. He is talking to all of his players as Lake Highland Prep in the second quarter outscores Godby 18-7, and they lead it at the half 32-20. Lake Highland Prep leading Godby in our 4A state semifinal here at the Lakeland Center. Marty Palmer along with Mike Rideout. We'll take a break and come back for the second half. We'll also tell you about our schedule coming up and give you some first half stats when we return to the Lakeland Center. Our score again, Lake Highland Prep 32 and Godby 20. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we start the second half of our first 4A semifinal game tonight in the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals. And at the half, Lake Highland Prep leads Godby 32-20. Marty Paulman, Mike Wright out back courtside at the Lakeland Center. As the first of our two 4A semifinals, we'll take a look at some of the first half stats. Lake Highland Prep, 14 of 32 from the floor for 44%, 2 of 13 from three-point range. They were 2 of 3 at the line, 7 assists, only 6 turnovers, 8 offensive rebounds, 15 defensive rebounds for the Highlanders of Lake Highland Prep. And on the other side for the Godby Cougars, struggling shooting, 7 of 25, only 28%, 0 of 4 from three-point range, 6 of 10 at the free throw line, 3 assists to 6 turnovers, 3 offensive rebounds, and 10 defensive rebounds. As Lake Highland Prep led by 1 at the end of the first quarter, they outscored Godby 18-7 in the second 8 minutes to take a 32-20 lead at the half.
Joel Berry with a game-high 10 points. He also has a game-high 6 rebounds in the first half.
All right, we're back to action with Lake Highland Prep getting the ball to start the second half. B.J. Simpson across half court. Out of the right wing, it's Joel Berry. Berry will pull up and 15-footer right baseline, no good. Tip no good by Stokes, and the rebound goes to the Godby Cougars. Trey Ford across half court. And now to Andrews. Andrews is fouled, and the first foul in the second half goes against Lake Highland Prep. And it's going to be on B.J. Simpson. That's his second. And again, the first foul in the second half of an inbounds pass for Godby's Jamal Lord. Boy, Andrew Colville very upset with his team as they went into halftime. He was giving everyone a talk to, so we'll see if that helps as Ford shoots a three. It's short, top of the key, rebound one by Denzel Davis. Now to B.J. Simpson. Simpson will drive in. Now pull it back out. Now up and under. Try to throw it across court and end up in the hands of Willie Holloway.
Good defense that time as he was cut off by Andrews, and then Andrews got the deflection.
Jamal Lord had it knocked away. Ball ends up in the hands of Andrews. Right-handed floater good for Alex Andrews, who has 9. He's the leading scorer for Godby. And they're back within 10, 32-22. Berry driving. Nice pass underneath. Shot rejected by Holloway, as going up that time was Davis. And Willie Holloway was able to knock it out of bounds emphatically, and it will stay with Lake Highland Prep. Coming up later tonight in our second 4A semifinal, we'll start somewhere around 7:45. It'll be Tampa Berkeley Prep and Fort Lauderdale Pinecrest. Boy, pass stolen away, thrown right in the hands of Lord. Lord with a nice move, missed the shot, rebound dunk missed by Holyfield, and then Holloway travels.
He couldn't get it from around his back. Boy, but how about Holyfield rather? That was a
the first part of
jam.
Jamal Lord somehow got around the defender. It looked like he kept the ball on his hip. I thought he traveled, but he was able to lay it in, or try to. He missed it, and you're right, Holyfield flying in for the dunk. Across half court is Berry. Now a little bit of a slowdown for Jeff Turner's team. Simpson over to Stokes. Now Stokes cross to Simpson again, right corner. Simpson in the hands of Davis. Davis off the glass short, gets his own rebound, lost out of bounds, and it'll stay with Lake Highland Prep. Simpson will inbound for the Highlanders, who lead by 10. Quickly into Stokes. He'll try a 15-footer. It's good. Landon Stokes in double figures with 10, and it's 34-22. Now a 3 left corner is short by Andrews, who's ball in the air, tipped it. Now Berry has it. It's a 3-on-1 for Lake Highland Prep. Now Godby catches up. Berry to Simpson, who dropped it. Now Simpson pulls it back out. Behind the back pass to Crummett. 3 left corner. Got it. Jackson Crummett knocks it down. Crummett with 8. And it's suddenly a 15-point lead for Lake Highland Prep, 37-22. Again, as you said, second 3 of the game for Crummett. They've hit 3 threes. Berry hit the other one, and the Highlanders cruising right now at 15 with 5:53 to go third quarter.
And we talked about this Godby defense, but we also talked about the ability of Lake Highland Prep to put points up on the board, averaging 70 points a game.
And they like to score, as we mentioned in the playoffs. In the 3 playoff games, they have averaged almost 78 a game. During the season, you're right, they averaged near 70. Scored in the 80s a few times. 86 against Satellite in the first round of the playoffs, the most points they've scored this season. And Godby allowing no more than 60 points just twice this season, already given up 37, so Lake Highland Prep may be on their way to breaking that 60-point barrier against Godby tonight. So Godby ball after they call the timeout. They do have 3 remaining. And the Cougars will inbound, trailing by 15. Reminder, tomorrow morning, 10:05 a.m., we'll get our coverage started once again with the 3A state championship game, Sagemont out of Weston against Tampa Prep. The 4A championship game tomorrow afternoon at 2:35 between the winner of these 2 semifinals tonight, and then tomorrow night the 5A semifinals here from the Lakeland Center at 6 and 8 o'clock. So now Godby back to action as Ford will dribble out and back near half court. Looks for some movement as he's being guarded by Simpson. Now Ford off to Alex Andrews. Andrews dribbles around a screen. Now top of the key. Andrews right-handed floater good from about 8 feet. Andrews now with 11. He's in double figures. And it's 37-24.
And he's the only one to score here in the second half for Godby, which is 2 of 6 now shooting from the floor.
Shot rejected. Holloway again blocks the shot of Barry. Now the run out. Ooh, Andrews.
That's
and
offensive.
An offensive foul as getting in the way and taking the charge was Denzel Davis. Andrews out of control, picks up his second foul.
A good play there by Davis. He had to sacrifice his body, but he got the job done.
Second foul on Andrews. And that is the first foul of the second half on Godby. With 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Davis will throw it in quickly to Simpson. Simpson will drive up and over. Shot good. Boy, easy layup for B.J. Simpson. Nice right-handed finger roll.
That's his first basket of the game.
15-point lead for Lake Highland Prep. Lord will pull up from 12 feet. It's short on the baseline. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Landon Stokes. Now back to Davis, and Barry will run the point for the Highlanders, who have a 15-point lead. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Number 1, Lake Highland Prep. Number 2, Godby. Those rankings according to SourceHoops.com in 4A. Barry drives the baseline. He's fouled on the floor. Is not shooting. And the Godby foul on Jamal Lord, his second personal foul, or team foul the second half. Inbounds play for the Highlanders. Simpson tried to get in. He threw it right to Holyfield. Now Holyfield ahead to Andrews. Andrews between defenders, up and under, shot too strong. Followed by Holloway, hit the bottom of the basket, rebounded by Lake Highland Prep. Now a 2-on-2. Simpson to Barry, 3 left wing, short. And the loose ball is up with Holyfield, or pardon me, with Andrews, had it taken right away by Davis. Barry with a jumper outside the free throw line is good again.
That'll be a 2 for Barry, but how about Davis getting the steal, getting it back to Barry?
12 for Barry, and then Barry with a steal. And that's an intentional foul.
Yep.
Yeah, Lord frustrated. Barry took it away from him, grabbed Joel Barry, and now Godby is starting to lose their cool a bit, as Lord will pick up his third foul. Flagrant foul to call. You could see Barry took it right away from Jamal Lord, who immediately went and grabbed Barry. So Barry back to the line. He's 1 of 2 there today, has 12 points. And all of a sudden, Lake Highland Prep's up 17, and they are rolling right now as Barry hits the first free throw. 42-24. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And a free throw good as well. Barry hits both. So 14 for Joel Barry, and he averages 23 a game. And we have our media timeout with 3:57 to go, third quarter. It's now a 19-point lead for Lake Highland Prep, 43-24 over Godby. Marty Palmer, Mike Rideout, courtside at the Lakeland Center.
Don't forget, we got one more to go today. Berkeley Prep out of Tampa, taking on the Panthers of Pinecrest. Pinecrest, even though they are without Brandon Knight, Marty, have been able to get back to the finals. Berkeley Prep is making their first trip to state since 1967, wow. But Pinecrest, on the other hand, making their 6th consecutive Final Four appearance, the last 2 without Brandon Knight.
Yeah, losing in the semifinals to Rickards last year at overtime, and the year before that lost to Rickards in the state championship game did Pinecrest.
Yep, but no Rickards this year, although they do have the former Rickards coach here.
He is on the Godby sideline.
Right.
Mentioning David Beckerman at Pinecrest, state champs in 2008, 2009, Final Four in 07. So this is the 6th straight appearance for Pinecrest here in the FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals. 2 championships, 1 runner-up, and 2 other Final Four appearances. Brandon Knight made it all 4 years to at least the Final Four with 2 state championships and the runner-up finishes last year. Now with the Detroit Pistons in the NBA after playing 1 year at Kentucky. So back to action for Lake Highland Prep. Here's Michael Saxton back in. That pass tipped away as Jamal Lord ends up near our table. And Lake Highland Prep will inbound. Saxton back in the game. He'll inbound for the Highlanders.
Highlanders 50% shooting in the second half, 4 for 8. Godby 2 for 8.
That's another steal, and it goes into Simpson. Simpson across half court. Nice pass underneath to Nick Dean, who lays it in. Reverse layup for Nick Dean off the assist from Simpson. 45-24. Over to the left wing. 3 for Andrews is good. Alex Andrews answers with a 3.
He's the only one that scored here in the third quarter for the Cougars.
Yep.
7 of his 14 in the quarter.
Only 7 points in the quarter off from Andrews. Like you said, it's 45-27. Barry fakes, now looks to drive. Another dish underneath to an easy layup for Landon Stokes. Stokes has 12, and it's 47-27. Lake Highland Prep's already scored 15 points here in this third quarter, and we have 3:08 to go. Pulling up, that jumper partially blocked from 4. Loose ball on the floor. Holloway had it, then lost it. And now here comes Simpson. Simpson around defenders. Will drive all the way up and in. Shot no good. Tip doesn't go. Stokes tries to tip. Saxton tries to tip it in, no good. Holloway with a rebound.
Now remember, Marty, this is without Jay Henderson, who is probably considered the second best player on the team.
That's right. Henderson banged up as Saxton called for a travel. Is he trying to get the jump ball? Not sure about that, but that is the call. And Henderson coming in, averaging almost 16 per game, but we have not seen him at all tonight. Knew he may not play, and he hasn't. So the 20-point lead now for Lake Highland Prep still as Ford will drive in, now off to Lord. Lord will pull up, 15-footer baseline short. Rebound, though, put back up and in. Holyfield missed. Holyfield had knocked away, and Holyfield's fouled. He's going to shoot 2.
Barry was inside there. I think either him or
Nick Dean.
Yep.
Gets his
That's
third.
his third, yeah.
So Holyfield with 5 points. 1 of 2 in the line will shoot 2. That is the second team foul. Lake Highland Prep in the second half. 3 against the Godby Cougars. Free throw is too strong off the glass. And back in for the Highlanders. Denzel Davis for Stokes, who gets a nice hand from the Islander fans. He has 12 points today. And the second free throw is straight through. So 1 of 2 there for Holyfield, who now has 6, and it's 47-28. Pass into Simpson, now to Davis across half court. Dean tried to get it to Saxton, knocked out of no. They're going to say, how is that possible? That ball had to go off a Godby player, didn't it? That's what Jeff Turner was saying.
Well, all he can do is just put his hands together and applaud his team's effort.
I don't see how they didn't hit a Godby player. There's a 3, left corner, no good by Andrews. Loose ball on the floor is taken away by Lake Highland Prep. Here quickly comes Barry, weaving in between defenders. Barry drives in, right-handed floater, too strong. Loose ball to Saxton. He missed the layup. Tip in, no good. And a foul over the back coming up on the Highlanders.
This time it will be on Joel Barry.
Barry will pick up his second.
Barry, a candidate for the 4A Player of the Year. And then we talked about Jay Henderson, second leading scorer. He had a foot injury in the regular season finale.
Played the entire playoffs without him.
But he dislocated his ankle in football, so he's been battling injuries this year.
Right, baseline jumper no good by Lord. Lord gets his own rebound, and he is fouled right on the baseline. And they're going to get the foul on Barry. That's his third now. So fourth team foul. Inbounds pass coming for Jamal Lord. Ford swings it over to Andrews. Andrews, right-handed hook shot, good. One-handed shot from about 12 feet for Andrews. He again is scoring all the points. He has 9 of the 10 points here in the period for Godby.
And 16 for the game.
47-30 as the pass goes inbounds to Simpson. 1:25 to go here in the quarter.
In fact, it's a game-high 16 points.
Across half court goes Davis, and kicking the call on Godby. .118 left. And pass goes into the backcourt to Barry.
A little bumping going on between Holyfield and Davis.
Barry almost had it taken away. Now he does. Picks it back up, drives in. Shot off the glass is good.
Beautiful move.
It really was. Looked like he was out of control, but he picked up the ball and laid it in. He has 16 now. And it's 49-30, under a minute to go, third quarter. Lord will pull up, 15-footer right wing. It's short. Rebound, Holyfield had it, taken right away by Simpson. Then Simpson has it taken away by Lord, who dives, but he's out of bounds. Right in front of our monitor here. And it will be back to the Highlanders. So far, so good. We haven't had anybody crash into us yet. Knock on this monitor. Pass underneath. Shot by Saxton, partially blocked. I know I may have just jinxed it. Here comes Andrews, up and under. Wild shot, no good. Rebound, though, to Julius Jones. Jones, and what happened? Do we have a stoppage? A timeout? Or a foul? What's going on?
I think they called a foul.
He did. The referee turned right around, spun around, and said something to Andrew Colville, which was, well, I thought he was either going to tee him up or call a timeout. The foul is on Saxton, his second.
Well, I think Colville was calling the foul before the official called the foul, and that
probably didn't make him happy. And then it's thrown away in the backcourt. Saxton drives up late, misses the layup, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. Again, a turnover for Godby as they threw the backcourt the pass inbounds into the backcourt, and it's 51-30. Under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Holyfield, cross court down to 3 seconds for Ford with 2. Ford up and under, shot is no good. Not looking layup. Oh, and down goes Davis. I don't think anything inadvertent happened there. He just went down, and that's exactly what happened. Nothing really bad. Denzel Davis falls down. What did the referee saying to Davis? Now jumping in is B.J. Simpson. And we'll see what happens when we come back for the fourth quarter. Our score in this 4A semifinal, Lake Highland Prep leading Godby 51-30. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Well, we come back to the Lakeland Center to start the fourth quarter, and Lake Highland Prep continues to be in control of this 4A semifinal. They lead Tallahassee Godby 51-30. Mike Rideout. I'm Marty Paulman. That's Mike Rideout. We're back. Either way, we are Marty Paulman and Mike Rideout as we return to the Lakeland Center, and in that period, it was 19-10 in favor of Lake Highland Prep. They've extended this lead. It was only 1 point at the end of the first quarter, but they outscored Godby by 11 in the second and 9 there in the third quarter.
Yeah, so they've outscored them by
game.
20 in the last 2 quarters. They've outscored them in every quarter. By the way, if you want to buy a DVD of the broadcast, go to FHSAAsports.com, www.FHSAAsports.com.
Now, as we went to break, the referee was talking to both teams, but nothing happened. I guess they were just saying Denzel Davis went down, no contact. At first, I thought there might be some technicals. Both coaches, Andrew Colville was not happy, but we are going to go to the fourth quarter as Lake Highland Prep trying to move on to the state championship game in 4A, which will be tomorrow at 2:35 as the baseline jumper by Lord way too strong. Ball that will go that's out of bounds back to the Godby Cougars. So Lord will inbound. And he will throw it in to Alex Andrews. Andrews will pull up from 10 feet. It's good. Andrews still is on a tear. He's got 18. He scored 11 of the 12 points in the second half for Godby. Nobody else is scoring. Godby now shooting 25% for the game. Lake Highland Prep at 43%. As driving up and in and scoring is Joel Berry. Berry with 18, and Lake Highland Prep takes the timeout. 7:20 to go, fourth quarter. First timeout used today by the Highlanders, and they continue to lead it by 21. As looking some more at the third quarter stats, rebounds 36-26 in favor of the Highlanders, 14-11 in the offensive glass. Lake Highland Prep, again, a positive assist to turnover ratio, 12 assists, 11 turnovers, 5 assists, 13 turnovers tonight for Godby. BJ Simpson has 5 assists, Denzel Davis with 4. Also 5.6 rebounds for Davis. Landon Stokes with 12 points and 6 rebounds. 16 points, 7 rebounds for Joel Berry. And on the Godby side, Alex Andrews has 16 points, only scoring double figures for the Cougars.
One more game tonight, but coming up tomorrow, it's the Class 3A state championship between defending state champion Sagemont and Tampa Prep, which is looking for their first state title. 10:05 tomorrow morning right here on the FHSA Network.
Hook shot no good. Tip up by Andrews was blocked, and now Simpson with a rebound. Simpson across half court. He'll drive all the way in, lost him at a foul. Oh, travel to call on the Highlanders. One more game tonight, like you said. That's Pinecrest and Berkeley Prep in our 4A semifinal. 3A championship game tomorrow morning. 4A championship game tomorrow afternoon. 5A semifinals coming up tomorrow night here at the Lakeland Center. George Jenkins Arena. As the shot no good, put back up and in by Andrews. Again, he's got 20, and it's 53-34. Don't really want to score 60% of your team's points. Usually not a good sign. Berry to Davis at the free throw line. Davis underneath to Stokes, missed the layup. And a loose ball rebound to Godby. Quickly ahead, forward to Lord. Lord lays it in. Jamal Lord with 5. First basket since the first quarter. Now it's 53-36. Godby trying to press a little bit. Now they back off some. Davis across the timeline to Berry. Berry with a pass to Stokes. Stokes missed the layup. Berry missed the tip. Berry with another rebound. Puts it back up and in. 20 for Joel Berry. And it's 55-36. I think Highland Prep has really been impressive these last 2 periods. As a 3 from Ford, no good, top of the key. Rebound to Holloway. Holloway's turnaround is good. Willie Holloway with the offensive rebound to put back. He has 4. And what do we have?
For whatever reason, and I don't know what it is, but things are getting real chippy right now, and the target is B.J. Simpson, number 1 for Lake Highland Prep. He just pushed a player for Godby. Actually, it was Lord who got in his face, and he pushed him. Fortunately, the official didn't see it.
Oh. Well, here's Berry. Boy, 2 defenders run into each other. Berry drives up and lays it in. What a move by Joel Berry.
Defenders and then goes by 2 more.
And not only that, but Holyfield and Jamal Lord ran into each other. And their ball rejected by Stokes. Landed Stokes with a block. Lake Highland Prep fans on their feet. That's the second block of the game for Stokes. 5:19 to go, and this game has been in double digits since the second quarter, and Lake Highland Prep showing no signs of letting off the gas. Jones inbounds to Ford. Ford will try a 2, top of the key, in and out, no good, rebounded by Stokes. Stokes runs right into Holyfield. And again, you're right, a little chippy. Barry in between 2 defenders again. Barry now off to the right wing. Simpson will pull it back out.
That's a play there by the junior. Run some time. You got a comfortable lead.
Right around Andrews. Now to Crummett. 3 left wing is a little short. Tip no good. Denzel Davis had a shot blocked. He missed it, but he's fouled. Davis on the putback will go to the line. He'll shoot 2 as the shot was partially blocked, but a foul coming up on Godby. And it's on Holyfield. That's his 3rd. 15 foul against Godby in the second half. Davis with 5 points is 1 of 1 at the line, and now
I'm confused.
Lane violation?
They called a technical foul.
Oh, they did.
Another technical foul.
And you just said, I think Holyfield just got sent off.
Well, Holyfield, picked up his 4th foul.
No, he only has 1.
No, he picked up the 3rd personal, and then the technical foul gives him his 4th foul.
Oh, you're right.
He said something to Barry, Joe Barry, who's at the line now, and the official was right there.
Well, wait, didn't they call a technical on Lord as well?
I believe they did. I think there's 2 technicals on.
See, I only had 1 foul for Holyfield, so he should only have 3, unless he picked up one I missed. That may be, as Barry will shoot the technical. It's in and out. Well, you mentioned it. And my apologies, they did have Holyfield with 2, so now he has 4. You said it's getting chippy.
Yeah.
You saw it, and then that was just a matter of time, I think. And Andrew Colville now would like to know why, and he's upset, why his team is getting the brunt of this. But, I mean, they're down by 19. That's where the frustration is coming in for this Godby team. It was lost only 1 game all season coming in.
Right now, Andrew Colville with his head in his palm. I don't know if he's upset that his team got called for the technical or just
Now, it looked like 2.
not happy with the fact the official
I think
made the call.
They're going to get Lord for the technical, and they're going to get Holyfield for another, and now the refs are going to talk about it.
It should be 2 technicals, because at the time they were indicating the first technical, that's when we had the altercation over here on the near sideline for the second technical.
Yeah, they were talking to each other in each other's face.
And the official teed him up.
Oh, we're sorting all this out. 4:51 to go. Lakeland Prep in command of this game, 57-38, and you said it as the 4th quarter started. The frustration really kind of kicking in for Godby. They were taking a lot out on B.J. Simpson, and it was getting chippy for a little while.
And that may be it. That might be the rest of the game for Brandon Holyfield. He has just checked out. Trent Richardson has checked in. We've had some interesting names in this tournament.
Trent Henderson? Trent Henderson.
What's that?
Trent Henderson.
Is
Or
it
Jalen
Henderson?
Richardson.
No, it's Trent Henderson. Okay, my apologies.
I would say Trent Richardson. I was like, really? Alabama
Yeah.
running back. Well, here's another free throw for Barry. He missed the first.
I combined the 2, the 11 and 12.
Second free throw was good. 23 for Joel Barry, and he's going to get 2 more. So there are 2 technicals. Now, did Holyfield get both? Is he fouled out, or?
I thought Lord had picked up the other one, or it came from the bench. It may have come from the bench.
Well, if Godby wasn't about out of this game before, they kind of are now. Second free throw is good, and the 4th free throw is good. So 3 of 4 for Barry, and it's 60
and they
to 38.
Get the basketball.
Yeah, they get the basketball. So a 22-point lead, and man, we thought this would be the game of the day.
Actually, now they have the
there's another technical.
The foul. We had
a foul.
That's
right.
The,
so now
2 technicals.
Denzel Davis will shoot 2. And I don't know why they don't have players on the line for this, though, as the free throw is no good. What's going to be their ball again, Lakeland Prep ball. Davis misses the first free throw. Second free throw is good, so 1 of 2 for Denzel, who has 6. And it's 61-38. We thought this would be the game of the day, and Lakeland Prep has really taking care of business against Godby.
It could have been an 8-point play. Instead, it could be a 6-point play.
Nick Dean to inbound. We'll see how the rest of this game goes. Into Barry. Andrew Colville still talking on the sideline to folks at the scorer's table. Barry now drives in, up and under. Shot is good. What a move by Joel Barry. Boy, has he been impressive? 27 now for Barry.
Remember, only a sophomore.
He has 17 in the second half. Right corner three is good by Jalen Richardson. And it's 63-41. First basket for Richardson, a senior on this Godby team. And as we start looking ahead, Godby, by the way, is going to lose the entire starting lineup. Crummett for three. It's short. Rebounded, though, by Simpson. And now Simpson around to Crummett again. He fakes the three. Now back to B.J. Simpson. Simpson is fouled at the top of the key. And the foul on Richardson is first, the 8th team foul on Godby. Godby, Trey Ford, Brandon Holyfield, Alex Andrews, Jamal Lord, and Willie Holloway are all seniors. The entire starting lineup for this Godby team. As the free throw is good for B.J. Simpson, he has 3 points. So they're going to have to regroup a little bit. Julius Jones, also a senior. Free throw is no good. 1 of 2 for Simpson. It's 64-41. Under 4 minutes left. And ooh, hard hit there as Trey Ford is fouled. He's going to shoot 2. Crummett will pick up his first foul, the 7th team foul now on Lakeland Prep. Ford with 3 points. All of them are at the line. 3 for 4, and he misses that one. 3 of 5 now at the line for the senior. And the second free throw is good, so 1 of 2 there for Trey Ford. That's 4 points, and that brings us to our final media timeout in the fourth quarter. 3:55 to go. Lake Highland Prep leading Godby 64-42 in this 4A state semifinal. And by the way,
yeah, they're going to get their above their average of 70 a game.
Not only that, but they've gone for only the 3rd time this year. Godby's given up more than 60 points.
Yeah,
and they, in fact, the previous high,
the most points was.
They gave up 65 to Chipley, so Lake Highland Prep probably going to go over that as well. But you know, the good news for Godby is, if there's good news to take out, you make the semifinals, 2 of your 3 losses, or 2 losses came to Chipley and Lake Highland Prep, and both might be state champs. Chipley won in 1A this afternoon. Boy, they are an impressive team. They shot over 50% in the win over Hawthorne in 1A, 71-48. And in 2A this afternoon, Orlando Christian Prep winning again, 48-29 over Champagnat Catholic out of Hialeah.
Yeah, so their other loss was to a defending state champion. So
Summit Christian by
good
13. Yeah. A little frustrating tonight, though, is Lake Highland Prep. They were an impressive team to watch. They moved the ball around well. Joel Barry, maybe the best player in the state, and one of the best that we've seen so far in this tournament. And we still have to get, 5A, 6A, 7A, and 8A.
And as good as Joel Barry is, again, Jay Henderson, who is injured, I won't say equally as good, but I mean, he's second leading scorer. I've seen him play games where he has scored more than Barry in a game.
And he didn't even play today, and maybe they'll have him tomorrow for the state championship game against either Pinecrest or Berkeley Prep. Nice pass underneath. Crummett missed the reverse layup. Follow no good by Stokes, but he follows it up again, and Stokes has 14, and it's 66-42.
So 2 players in double figures today for Lake Highland Prep. Jackson Crummett right there with 8.
Trey Ford, cross court to Richardson. Now to Ford. Ford to the top of the key. Oh, nice bullet pass inside. Layup good for Julius Jones. And he'll shoot with a chance at a 3-point play.
First basket with 3:10 to play in the game. Joel Barry picks up his 4th foul.
At this point, doesn't really matter. Barry has his 4th foul, but at the line. Jones will hit the free throw, so three-point play good. It's 66-45. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the game, this 4A state semifinal. Dean across half court, and he'll throw it away. The latest numbers show that is the 13th turnover of the game for Lake Highland Prep. They have 12 assists. And on the other side, 13 turnovers for Godby. They've had 6 assists. 20 points for Alex Andrews leading the way. The next leading scorer for Godby has 6. That's Brandon Holyfield. As the three is good in the left corner for Jalen Richardson.
Second three here in the quarter.
And it's 66-48, and it's turned over. Richardson comes up with a steal. Now back to Ford. Ford across half court. Now to Richardson. Long three. Top of the key is good.
Talking about being a zone, the senior. 9 points all here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it's close to being over, but it isn't over yet. It's 66-51 as Godby takes the timeout with 2:35 left. But those three back-to-back threes have given Godby a little bit of life here with 2.5 minutes to go. Boy, he nailed that one from about 25 feet out.
Yeah, he shot with confidence, too. If I am Coach Colville, I say let's get it in that young man's hands again.
And he's coming off the bench really because Holyfield out with the 4 fouls. Lord came out of the game after the technical issue, which we think it's a technical foul. And now Lake Highland Prep, who turned it over last time down, will have to inbound. So a 15-point lead for the Highlanders, who have led by as many as 23, 24. Denzel Davis to inbound. Now into Simpson. Simpson dribbles across half court and now dribbles back near half court. Lord now back in the game, back on Simpson. Now cross court to Davis. Boy, a lot of reaching in there for Jones. No foul. Davis cross court to Simpson. Now to Crumpet. Crumpet. I think I'd do that. Pass underneath to Barry, who lays it in.
Wow.
Barry cutting to the basket. Simpson found him. 29 for Barry. 68-51. Hey, we no longer have an all-tournament team, but he'd be near the top probably, even though we still have 2 more games to go. 3 left corner is too strong for Alex Andrews. And the rebound to Simpson. Simpson across half court to Davis, and now he's fouled by Richardson. Richardson will commit his second. 1:51 to go. 8th team foul, 9th team foul on Godby. No, excuse me. 1-on-1 coming up for Davis.
You look at this Lake Highland Prep team, their starting lineup today. The only senior in the lineup is Jackson Crummett, and I think that's just because Jay Henderson is unable to go. But Simpson's a junior, Barry's a sophomore, Jay Henderson is a sophomore, Denzel Davis a junior, Landon Stokes a junior. This team will be back again next year.
Davis hits both free throws. Boy, they are loaded. 8 for Denzel Davis at 70-51. Richardson to Ford. Ford will try a 3 top of the key. No good. Back rim rebounded by Davis. Davis was his uniform pulled again by Jones. No call. Here's Barry. Cross court to Simpson. And Simpson's fouled by Richardson. I don't really know if you need to foul anymore. With 1:30 left. 10 team fouls on Godby. So 2 free throws for Lake Highland Prep the rest of the way as B.J. Simpson will be at the line.
Anyway, you mentioned earlier that Godby has a roster loaded with seniors.
Free throws short.
8 on the team.
And all 5 starters. As Michael Saxton will return. He's actually one of the few seniors on this Lake Highland Prep team.
That's it for Barry. He is fouled out, but what a game by the sophomore.
Did he? No, they're taking him out. He isn't fouled out, but he's coming out of the game. Yeah.
Okay,
he has 4
my
fouls.
apologies. I know he had 4 fouls.
Simpson hits the second free throw, and it's 71-51. There's a 3 for Richardson. It's short. Tip ball no good. Stokes with a rebound. Stokes had it taken away. Now Stokes, boy, still Jones right on him. Stokes now head to Simpson at half court. And Simpson, looks like Godby now will back off a bit. Simpson driving in. No, they won't, as Trey Ford commits the foul on B.J. Simpson. Third on Ford. And 2 more free throws for Simpson. Actually, Crummett checked out, and he's another senior on this team. Crummett and Saxton, 2 of the seniors. In fact, then with David Jean, only 3 seniors for this Lake Highland Prep team. And it looks like we're going to have Crummett maybe check out here in a minute.
We'll have a few players check out.
Simpson free throw is good. And he gets another one either way. And we'll see wholesale substitutions for the Highlanders. 72-51.
And Jay Henderson, one of those players.
Well, maybe that's a little bit of a warm-up for the state championship game tomorrow.
I think it could be.
Jay Henderson, number 12, a 6'2 sophomore.
Just to get him, comfortable with the environment.
And the free throw again for Simpson is short. And the rebound to Julius Jones. 72-51, a minute to go. Jones to Richardson. Richardson will try and fakes the 3. Now at the free throw line, this is Terrell Huntley. Huntley in trouble in the baseline. Back to Richardson. 3 left wing is good. Nope, 3 seconds. 53 seconds to go. So Godby's season will end in the state semifinal round with a 28-3 record. Great season for Godby. Their first appearance in the state semifinal since 1998. That year they lost to Mainland in the 5A state championship game. Lake Highland Prep will go to 28-3. They'll play tomorrow at 2:35 for their first boys basketball state title. Cross-court pass stolen by Trent Henderson. He'll pull up for a 2, no good. Back to the rim, rebound, Saxton had it. Then it ends up in the hands of Devontae Reed, who lost it. Now loose ball again on the floor. Now still on it. Richardson will try a 3, and it's no good. Left side of the rim, rebound out of bounds. He'll stay with Godby. 22 seconds left. Coming up, stay tuned for our 4th and final game of this second day of the FHSAA basketball finals. Pinecrest and Berkeley Prep. 3-pointer by Richardson is short. And a loose ball out of bounds. Do we have a foul?
Substitution for Lake Highland Prep.
As they will get Saxton out of there. He's another senior.
Zobe Moon.
Zobe Moon. 16 seconds left. And Godby's going to check in Artez Gaines. And Julius Jones, another senior, will check out the Godby bench. Boy, they are definitely disappointed. All the seniors on that team. Richardson's fall away is partially blocked, out of bounds. It'll be Lake Highland Prep ball. Great season, but if you're a senior, and they have a lot of them, it's a tough way for it to end here in the state semifinal round in a game that really Lake Highland Prep has dominated after the first quarter. Jalen Richardson, another senior, will check out. And pass in bounds to Winston Clayton. He'll drive in, missed a shot under the basket. And a rebound to Artez Gaines. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Gaines driving all the way up and in, misses the shot. Loose ball on the floor. Huntley has it. His turnaround no good. They call a foul.
With 0.7 seconds to play. Oh, goodness. Well,
foul is on, I've always wanted to say this name, Nick Bonacani. No, he's not the all-pro linebacker for the new Miami Dolphins. I believe it is his grandson. He commits the foul as the free throw missed by Huntley. We'll have one more. A junior, Nick Bonacani. 19 fouls on Lake Highland Prep, 7/10 of a second to go, and the free throw is short. That's going to do it with the rebound, and that is the end of the game. So in our first 4A state semifinal game this evening at the Lakeland Center, it belongs to the Lake Highland Prep Highlanders out of Orlando. They defeat the Tallahassee Godby Cougars 72-51. Reminder, we'll be coming back here in about 20 minutes for the start of our second 4A semifinal game. And another reminder, if you want a DVD of this game or any game in the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals, go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. All right, Mike, we got to turn around and do it again. See you in a few minutes.
One more to go.
For Mike Rideout, I'm Marty Palmonsig. So long. This has been a production of Play On Sports and the FHSAA Network. Our final, once again, the Lake Highland Prep Highlanders 72 and the Godby Cougars 51. So long for now from Lakeland.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.